Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the TV6 Digital Desk live stream. My name is Molly Birch, and I'll be taking you through a recap of today's headlines. This stream runs every night starting at 7 Central Time from Sunday to Thursday. Feel free to comment and ask any questions you have in the chat as you feel like it. I'll do my best to keep an eye on those comment sections and answer your questions as we go and after the stream as well. You can find us streaming on both Facebook or YouTube, whichever platform you would prefer. Let's get all of that business out of the way. Let's get started with our first story for tonight. Today, the Houghton High School Junior ROTC held a Veterans Day assembly for veterans, students, and the community. 70 cadets worked to present the colors, give service flags to veterans in the crowd, and hold a drill team performance. Cadets also talked about the importance of unity, the American flag, and the need to remember the sacrifices of veterans. Hancock City Council member and veteran Richard Freeman Jr. was invited to the event as its guest speaker.
Limit it to one day. If you see a veteran walking down the street, thank them for their service. You may not get a smile right away, but I know you're going to make their day better.
The event closed off with a POW and MIA observance, the folding of the flag, and a performance of taps. Holy Name Catholic School students honored veterans at a celebration concert today. Students sang patriotic songs like the Star-Spangled Banner and God Bless America. 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders recited poetry. The presentation also included a slideshow of veterans from St. Anne's Catholic Church, their family members, and school staff. A retired veteran whose son is a student says she's proud to wear the U.S. Army uniform.
Just for him to see that you know, the women too can and did and do wear the uniform. And it gives him something to look up to. Not only Daddy wore the uniform, but so did Mommy.
Rice says it's good for young people to remember all those who have served. Briding Township Schools honored alumni veterans today. The school's Veteran Day program featured performances from the school band and choir. Iraq War veteran and Kingsford High School alumni Jonathan Svengros spoke at the event. Svengros talked about his career in the military police and honored fallen veterans. He says he thanks the school for its support.
I've never experienced anything like this from any school in any other place I've worked since being in the military, and I've been a police officer ever since I got out of the military. So
Svengros now serves as a police officer with Kingsford Public Safety. Negaunee Middle School students also honored ones who served today. The school held a Veterans Day assembly to pay a special tribute for local veterans. Students brought in photos of veterans who impacted them. Veteran James Jacklin says his grandson participated in the honor guard for the assembly. Jacklin says he has lived in states where Veterans Day was not always celebrated like it is today.
Very little on Veterans Day, so it's appreciated up here that we get some recognition, not for me, but for the guys that weren't able to make it home.
Jacklin says the student support is nice. He adds a simple thank you can bring a smile to a veteran's face. In a ceremony to remember over in Delta County, more than 200 veterans came together to be honored and to honor each other today. The inaugural Veterans Day event, held at the Chamber, included a gun salute and a Native American drum circle with honor song. The UP Steam and Gas Engine Association and UP Military Museum organized the presentation and lunch. Attendees said gatherings like today's give veterans a chance to reflect and connect.
It's a connection, even though I might not know them. They might be different branches of the service, different times they served, but there's an underlying connection between every veteran, even though we don't know them.
An Iraq War veteran gave the keynote speech. He encouraged attendees who need help to reach out. If you or someone you know is struggling with mental health, dial the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at 988. And one Marquette County veteran is hoping to help others who served feel less alone. He wants to share his story and others through a new podcast. He tells TV6's Caden Minus what he hopes other veterans take away from his message.
The whole reason why I started is to be that voice for somebody that does feel like they are alone.
Richard Jake Jacobson served in the United States Air Force for 15 years. Joining 2 months after 9/11, he served in several states and overseas in Iraq. When he came home to Marquette County, he had another battle: PTSD and alcoholism.
I'm not afraid to say it anymore, is, trying to drink myself to death because of the PTSD that I have from my time in service.
In 2023, Jacobson was diagnosed with liver failure. He received a liver transplant in September of 2023 thanks to Gift of Life Michigan. He explains being a veteran and a transplant survivor can be isolating.
Being a veteran population and now being even in a smaller group of people that are actually a transplant survivor, so it puts me in a very small window where I'm a veteran that has gone through it.
Jacobson launched his podcast Survivor Strength on the 1-year anniversary of his transplant. He says he wants this podcast to be a place to find solace as well as be a warning for those who are on a dangerous path. The goal and motto of his podcast being just one.
If I can get one person to reflect back on themselves, find help before they get to a spot where I am, to where they, are going into end-stage liver failure.
Survivor Strength is currently available on Spotify. There are 2 episodes available, one introducing the podcast and another retelling Jacobson's story. Caden Minus, TV6 News, Marquette.
Thank you, Caden. According to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, about 18 U.S. veterans died by suicide each day in 2021. That's the most recent data available, and I know I've said it already once, but to access the 24/7 Veteran Crisis Line, dial 988, then press 1. Veteran service organizations who provide year-round support are working to recruit younger generations. UP VFW posts are hoping to reverse declining membership numbers. In Negaunee, VFW Post 3165 is trying to recruit younger members. The Post Junior Service Commander says for those who join, the VFW is ready to meet members where they are.
I found over the years, it doesn't matter what branch you're in, what area you served in, or what conflict, we can all find commonality and be able to take and bond over our military service and our service in the armed forces and to our country.
If you're interested in becoming a VFW member, visit this story at uppermichigansource.com or the TV6 and Fox UP mobile news app to learn about eligibility requirements. And veterans received free haircuts at Northern Michigan University today. It's the NMU Cosmetology Department's first time offering complimentary services to celebrate the day and thank our local veterans for their service. Cosmetology Program Coordinator Denise Hudson says 20 veterans came in, and she says the event has been so successful that the program decided to offer free services year-long.
Well, our veterans have embodied values like courage, integrity, and service to others.
The program is also starting its Toys for Tots and food drive tomorrow. Hudson says you can bring in a toy or food item and choose from a haircut, manicure, or pedicure. In Houghton County, VFW Post 6507 held a 3-hour Veterans Day blood drive this afternoon alongside the UP Regional Blood Center. VFW members say the drive had a really good turnout. Community members were lining up early before they were let in to donate. Organizers say the blood will be taken back to Marquette, where it will be distributed across 12 hospitals across the UP. The VFW is hoping to continue drives like this twice a year.
This is the second blood drive we've had recently. We had one around Memorial Day, and we had a good turnout. We thought it might be a nice way to just help community members. We thought maybe we'd try to have them twice a year ongoing, Memorial Day, Veterans Day.
Donors could also write the names of loved ones, friends, and veterans on paper stars. These will be hung up in the VFW to help remember them. Finally tonight on the TV6 Digital Desk live stream, 3 UP Shoe Sensation locations are collecting socks for troops and veterans. There are a few ways that you can participate in the drive. You can buy a pair of socks from the store for a 20% discount and donate them, or drop off new socks in their original packaging at Shoe Sensation in Marquette, Escanaba, or Ironwood. Staff say the stores will donate all the socks to veteran and military support groups to ensure they go directly to troops and vets. The stores are also accepting shoelace donations. Marquette Shoe Sensations manager says the company started the drive about 9 years ago.
They take pride in our armed service members and wanting to do all we can to provide for them, especially in these times of need for our active duty and retired service members.
Shoe Sensation hopes to donate 60,000 pairs of socks throughout its 241 locations this year. You can donate socks and shoelaces until December 31st. And that's all the stories I have for you tonight here on the TV6 Digital Desk live stream. Thank you all again for joining me, but if you have a story idea you think we should report on, feel free to contact us at any time. Let's hit the right button here. These are a few easy ways to contact both myself and others in the newsroom. And again, you can contact us at any time. We would love to hear from you and what's happening in your community. Thank you all again for joining me live at the TV6 Digital Desk. Happy Veterans Day to everyone who served, and have a great rest of your night.